The New Jersey Devils make a sneaky good signing. GM Tom Fitzgerald getting the offseason underway with an acquisition of a player from overseas. And we'll chat about the Devils, the big three in this photo. You don't have to worry about that second guy from the right. But welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Devils Digest. I'm your host, Ryan the Gosiker, here with you as always. It's been a little while, so I'm glad to be back. Glad to see you guys. Had to get some time away before we get into a huge Devils offseason. But first, I want to give you a chance to be a subscriber to the channel. We need your help. We got to get to our goal of 500 subscribers, and we need your help to do it. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into the show. Now, we mentioned, and we have been mentioning, myself, Aiden Barrett, that the Devils have a massive offseason. Okay, the Devils need to take a leap. They have a young core that's tied up for many years that they need to take a leap. This video is not about them taking that leap per se, right? We've talked about Jack Hughes needs a winger, okay? He needs a guy next to him. This is not that. However, let's get into the program a little bit. The Devils have signed a contract with Juho Lamo from overseas. He's been over there the last 3 seasons. He last played in the NHL in, I believe it was 2021-2022 for Vancouver. And, here's the bio of him. His whole, this is straight from the Devils. So, he was teammates with the Devils' second-round pick, who they have signed to his ECL contract. So, some familiarity there. Okay, only 29. Contract's only going to be worth $800,000. Okay, so you're thinking maybe even if he finds his way to the NHL club, which it seems like I would imagine that's the goal here is for him to play in the NHL, is that bottom 6, that fourth line. Anytime you can get a guy under $1 million, it's a pretty good thing for your team. But you can see here's his career point totals, right? Nothing insane, nothing crazy, 15 total points. Just feels like maybe fresh faces in there, right? I mean, if we wanted 15 points, we could just bring Nate Bastian back. But I don't think the Devils want to do that, so we'll see. And he's definitely scored. You can read it in here a little bit. He's big, 6'3", 205, okay? So that's important. 38 points last year overseas in Switzerland. So, again, this is not one of those, oh my God, he changes the franchise moves, but it is one of those cheap bottom 6 deals that the Devils are going to be looking into and seeing if they can get. He's going to be a good part of this team. It looks like he's a forward. He's not a center. Okay, so the Devils still in the market for that, obviously. But, he was a first-round pick, right? Or third-round pick, 65th overall in 2014. Okay, so, he's definitely a veteran and coming back over here to the Seas. Coming back over the sea, I should say. He looks to be a part of that Devils bottom 6 that has to be vastly improved this season. And we'll see, right? I mean, free agency opens up, I believe it's July 1st or it's right after that. So just we're about to get fun here in the next couple weeks. The other thing I wanted to touch upon in this video is something that, I think all Devils fans can agree is something to be proud of, is some of the Devils going to the Olympics. And a lot of the nations are announcing their first 6 guys, their preliminary roster, the first 6 guys on the roster. And the Devils so far, as you can see from this image, have Nico, Hischier, Timo, Meier, and Jonas Siegenthaler all on the Switzerland Olympic 6 to start. So that's a very good sign, obviously. Great for them, happy for them. Obviously, I've been on here, well documented. I'm not the biggest fan of these international tournaments because the risk of injury to me is too high, especially in the middle of a season. However, I understand it's the Olympics. It's huge, and we want to win. And we'll see how Team USA, no Team USA members from the Devils yet, although you would expect Jack Hughes on the final roster when it all comes together. And just other notes, a couple other countries. Andre Palat has made it for Czech, and Shimon Nemec has made it as well. Jesper, Bratt, and Jacob Markstrom for Sweden have not made it yet, although you would expect, especially Bratt, you would expect to hear that name maybe in the next round of name releases to be on that roster. But this is gearing up for the 2026 Winter Olympics, which is going to be an absolute blast. and certainly with plenty of Devils on the roster, on rosters, I should say, all across the world. It's going to be really cool. I think actually, and he's not a Devil anymore, but Tomas Tatar actually made one of the rosters, one of the first 6. So again, Devils certainly getting some names out there, and we just hope they're healthy. That's all you can ask for. But certainly good news for the Devils. And again, with Bratt, Markstrom, and Hughes not on the preliminary 6 yet, although I'm not sure if we got the U.S. announcement yet. But don't be worried. I'd expect to hear all 3 of those guys on the roster when it comes time to do that. So no need to worry there or hesitate there. So just, good news for the Devils. And Lammikko coming to town should be a lot of fun, okay? And again, as I mentioned, we're a couple weeks away from free agency when things are going to get wild, okay? So, and again, I think Devils might be a bigger play in the trade market. But again, July 1st is also when some of those no trade and no move clauses shift, and they get new lists of teams that they can and can't go to, all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be very interesting. I wanted to get on here as well and talk about how, a little bit about, because I didn't get a chance to do the video. I think Aiden did, and he did an excellent job, is the whole Chris Kreider situation and the fact that he was traded to Anaheim. Now, I think gut instinct was, man, this hurts because the Devils were looking to move Palat to Anaheim. Now, Palat is one of those guys with his no trade clause moves once we get to July 1st. So I'm assuming Anaheim probably would have been on the list of teams that he didn't want to go to, which, seems fair. It's nice in California, I guess, but I think the taxes are higher and Anaheim is stunk. So maybe if you believe in the resurgence, maybe that wouldn't have bothered Palat too much. But certainly I think it shows you that there are teams willing to take on that salary because they have to get to a certain calorie minimum. Look at me. I'm thinking about food already. Salary minimum. There is a salary floor in the NHL. So they definitely need to get to that level. And so some of these teams are willing to take on these contracts. And, if you're the Devils, you're willing to sweeten the pot, maybe a pick or 2 going back the other way. All right, so I think it gives me more confidence that the Devils can move off of Ondrej Palat if they want to this offseason, which I've been very, very vocal about that they should be looking to move off of Ondrej Palat. They got to get his $6 million off the books and be able to use that in a much better sense, no matter what it is, right? We've gone through plenty of names this offseason. People say, oh, this is great, or oh, you stink. Like, who is this guy? This guy has no shot at coming here. Doesn't matter. Devils got to free up some money, okay? If the Devils want to be real players in this offseason, they're going to have to free up some money, and it starts with Ondrej Palat, Erik Haula, and a name that keeps getting thrown around a little bit more and more each week is Dougie Hamilton. So it's going to be interesting to see the Devils offseason because, again, when you say that this team is not going to look the same, fans start to wonder what that's going to look like. Okay, what does that mean exactly? Well, we should get our answer soon from GM Tom Fitzgerald, and we'll keep you up here on Devils Digest with all the latest, greatest Devils content as the summer kind of continues to progress and moves start to happen. I can't wait. I'm so excited, and hope you will be a subscriber to Devils Digest. We hope we got to get to 500 subscribers, so we need your help. Okay, be a subscriber. Leave us a comment in the comment section. Do you know Lammikko? Is this the first time you're hearing his name? What do you think? Again, like I said, I just think a bottom 6, 4th liner in particular, just maybe eating up some ice time and stuff like that. But what do you think? Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think, not only about Lammikko, about the Devils on the Olympic rosters, and of course the channel as well. So I appreciate it, and we'll catch you next time on Devils Digest.